Betut ko nebo sisit arawet ko nebo sisit kenyitab 2025 betut noton nebo komut kasi ne tetutiet ne itunen inguni chitab Collins ngeten studio nebo Kass TV ko tetutiet nebo Kass Mashinani. Kimache kebegushin gong komoswek cheterter chebo emoni keker ile tos nee ne tesetai kobitunen logoiwek cheterter chebo emet. Itagat missing kikurenon Caroline Kiplagat. Tetutietab betab raini ko kitaunen county nebo Bomet ole mito barak koitetab kiplelutinik chereben imandangwany lagok ak kamatik en county nebo Bomet. Nito kosubkei cabinet secretary nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen nekamwa ine kole wendi koborien kirindaetab yautik cheu choto ak cheboto chorset nebo rabinik keboisien musoknotet nebo kasari. Kangongchuto Murkomen kasarta netesetai rutoitonyin en county noton nebo Bomet en tetutiet nebo Jukwaa la Usalama netesetai en Bomet University College.
Today we are happy to be in Bomet for the 26th session of Jukwaa la Usalama. This is county number 26 since we started from Mombasa. I'm very happy to note that there is a lot of progress in this county on matters security and service delivery. Most of the challenges here are manageable. Like I said yesterday in Kericho, this is part of the country where relatively you can say the security is stable and largely peaceful county. Most of the challenges that we had a few years ago have been addressed here. But let me say that our biggest concern here is the issues related to gender-based violence, particularly sexual offenses, including unfortunate rape and defilement. And it remains a big challenge in this region, particularly around areas where there are tea plantations. And the security team, including the investigations and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, have done a good job. We are happy also to note that we have very active and fairly proactive judiciary here, where many cases which are taken to court are taken seriously, and the severity of the bail terms and punishment is also seen by the seriousness with which the judiciary take these sexual offences. So I'm very happy that there is a good collaboration between the National Police Service, the DPP and the judiciary to ensure that there is serious enforcement. As you very well know, we are still struggling with issues of gender-based violence across the country, but it becomes even more severe in areas that are multicultural and particularly, as I said, areas that we have a lot of tea plantations. We have asked the security team to upscale this process. We are saddened by the fact that, sometimes these issues are concealed because the perpetrators are family members, and community tries to use alternative dispute resolution for such serious criminal acts. And we want to encourage the community to come out, expose these pests, especially the ones that are preying on innocent children and women. It's important that we collaborate very closely with National Police Service to make sure that we weed out these characters from our society. I'm glad also that the Ngao team, led by the chiefs and assistant chiefs, are carrying out massive sensitization on local level, and the county commissioner and his team from the county and sub-county have firm instructions to make sure that this remains an issue of sensitization throughout their activities, no matter which other services they are offering to the public. But sensitization on this issue must continue being put on the top priority of the county. The second issue here is matters of fraud, particularly related to mobile fraudulent activities, scamming, Again, this is an area that I'm happy that from where we were 2 years ago, thanks to national and local sensitization, I think that many people have now become aware of the dangers of mobile fraudulent characters using mobile phones to scam innocent citizens, particularly women. Women are the most trusting lot, and in the process become the victims of these scammers. And I'm happy that, again, sensitization has been enhanced, both through local and national media, but also through Ngao structure in the county, and this issue has been dealt with. Other than that, I think Bomet, many other issues are being dealt with. We have infrastructural challenges here of our offices, of our administrative officers and so forth, but it's not acute, it is manageable, but we want to construct a more presentable sub-county, and county office for the administrators, and we believe that we'll commence that process anytime and complete before the end of the financial year, so that we have a presentable facilities that helps our officers to carry out their responsibilities. And this is going to be replicated in the police stations, in the sub-county, ACC's offices across, so we want to also build presentable police stations that have all the offices and can give us presentable cells, storage for materials and evidence and sensitive information. We want to make sure that the working environment for our officers is presentable. I'm excited to go to Jukwaa la Usalama. I'm happy also to note that a number of the government projects that were promised by His Excellency the President are ongoing. There are a good number of markets, about 6 or 7. There are at the initial stage. We believe that that will also be completed within this financial year. The housing project here in Bomet is progressing well. As you can see, the first bit of that was 200 units, I think, is now about 95, 96, 97% complete, and His Excellency can come and hand over anytime soon. We know that there is a lot of agricultural activities ongoing, distribution of seedlings, people are planting avocados, coffee, and there is a lot of progress here. We have the prospects that the promise of Pesa Mfukoni is a reality, thanks to the both distribution of seedlings and also provision of cheap farm inputs, including fertilizer, pursuant to the subsidized program that His Excellency engaged in subsidizing production. On matters infrastructure, all the roads that have been promised here are in the process of now commencement. I'm happy that the famous road spanning about 100 kilometers and the other 60 kilometers roads are ongoing now. I overflew there and I see the contractor as on site, thanks to our recent securitization of road maintenance levy, and the Ministry of Roads have paid all the contractors, and all of them are back on site, and this is very commendable for us to see. Most of the roads here in Bomet that were done in the last 10 years, a number of them were done through low volume seal, and part of the reason why the government had to put in place the road maintenance levy increased by 7 shillings was specifically to address the question of this very unfortunately constructed roads under low volume seal, and now all of them are going to be maintained, both in Konoin, here in Sotik, and also here in Central and East, and a number of roads to be constructed around Chepalungu area. So I have confidence that, I have no doubt that most of the things that we promised, the stadium, we came here to assess the stadium the other day, thanks to my patronage on the part of the football team in this county. I'm happy also to know that His Excellency the President has ordered a comprehensive assessment of the stadium, and a decision is going to be made soon to not to just do patchworks, but to do full construction of that stadium, so that the people of Bomet can have somewhere, and at least my team will have a place where they can call home, to make sure that we have good facilities to facilitate. We are very, very proud that the National Police Service has two teams in the Premier League, the AP of Bomet and the Kenya Police team, which is who are the champions. So if you see us going to Kasarani and cheering our national team, just know that the National Police Service has contributed about 5 police officers who are playing in the current CHAN. And so if you saw that fighting spirit of our team yesterday, the chances are part of that spirit is coming from the resilience of National Police Service. So we are not always about bribes and corruption, and we must also be celebrated. We are serious sports industry for the country, both in athletics. World record holders are police officers, and also the football team that is doing well. And so that it's my hope that this Bomet youth will be inspired by the APS Bomet team, and that the promises I made in terms of improving the stadium, you will see them soon when His Excellency will have completed the process of assessment. And in this financial year, I'm confident that we'll commence and complete the construction of a good stadium here in Bomet, which has been also a very long-term promise that has bothered us for a long period of time. So we are happy to go and listen to one, pick all the issues that are affecting our ministry and other ministries based on our responsibility as Ngao to coordinate government services at the local level. I think Bomet is okay. There should be no questions in Bomet because it's a good place. Yeah. That as I reported earlier, this issue of fraud and scamming, mobile-related fraudulent activities, is heavily perpetuated by ignorant members of public who do not appreciate how how their mobile services are conducted. So people are giving out their PIN numbers, So there is also the willing collaborators on the part of the citizens. And as I told you, on the part of, as a result, why it has gone down is specifically because awareness has gone up. So people know now that scamming happens. It happens in Bomet, Narok areas of Mulot and all those places. And so people are better aware. And preying on innocent citizens, including especially women, has now gone down. And I don't think that your statistics is right that nothing has changed. A lot has changed. As I told you earlier, a lot has changed. Even from where I just sit in my office, the complaints that we used to receive, I don't receive that level of complaints. In terms of arrest, charging, it takes also, you can arrest someone, but it takes there must be complainers. And those complainers must be able to follow through, and must have witnesses. And in some cases, it is not true that has not been dealt with. Some people have been arrested, charged. So it depends on the process also, or court processes. But as I said, it's important to work with the mobile operators and make sure that people are aware of their rights and how to protect themselves from scammers. Because it's also not true that it only happens here. It's only that here it's publicized. But it's happening across the country. And it doesn't mean the people of Bomet only are scamming people and mobile fraudulent activities are only Bomet. No, that's not true. It's national in nature. So it's not like we are only addressing in Bomet, we are addressing it across. And motorbikes. We generally have those challenges near border areas where vehicles are stolen and taken to neighboring countries, whether it is in the side of Uganda when you go to counties on that side or this of Tanzania. We have those challenges, but they are also not very prevalent. It's one case at a time, after a very long time. I don't think that it is right to say that it is extremely prevalent. It is not. Even in the recent past, I don't think there is clearly reported cases in that regard. And where it's reported, we take it very seriously. Where we have had a bigger challenge is on the lower side, the Taita Taveta, and Kwale counties, where that was extremely prevalent when it comes to our border with Tanzania. But even Kajiado, we were in Kajiado, that's also another problem. So it is generally a border problem, where people know that once you steal and it crosses to other country, it will take a very long time to be able to solve that problem. Yeah, and so that's why I am sure on Monday when I go to Narok, it will be more than Bomet, because it's closer to the border. If the day we'll go to Migori, it will even be more of a challenge. So maybe the impact gets to Bomet, but we are on it, and it requires also collaboration with the neighboring country, and we have had. I can tell you, and we will discuss this on Monday when we meet with Narok. We've had fantastic collaboration with Tanzanian authorities. Throughout, when I went to Kwale, Taita Taveta, and Kajiado, I reported cases of theft, especially motorcycles. They steal and then go and sell in Tanzania. But we have had very fantastic collaboration, including county commissioners on both sides, regional commissioners on both sides working together very closely. On the question of missing young people from this county, that issue is under investigations. Nobody knows whether they were abducted or basically they are in hiding, or they are alive, or they are not. The case of missing persons, I've said before, are many across the country. And it's unfortunate for that situation because we do not know the motive related to those young people. And I can tell you that their files are open. The police are doing everything humanly possible to try to find their whereabouts. And it's our responsibility as National Police Service to account for the citizens of this republic, and their files will continue being open as we try to find exactly the whereabouts of this gentleman. Yeah. Yes, Aaron. Ni vizuri kusema kwamba ufisadi ni kwa sababu ya mazingira yenye watu wanaishi, kwa sababu polisi wote waliomba kazi wakijua kwamba watafanya kazi kwa mazingira ngumu. Wachana na Bomet hapa, watafanya kwa msitu huko, border counties, sehemu za banditry. So hakuna excuse ya mambo ya corruption. Kama ungenisikia jana nikiwa huko Kericho, nilisema wazi kwamba baadhi ya maafisa ambao wanatuharibia jina ni kuchukua hongo, haswa kwa mambo ya barabara na kuwa na hizi roadblocks ambapo polisi wanachukua hongo kwa traffic, wengine kwa maofisi kufanya investigation wanachukua hongo. Mmeona kwamba hata machifu wengine wanaambiwa wanachukua hongo. So sisi hatutaweza kupingana na EACC kwa sababu hiyo ni utafiti ambao umefanywa tumeambiwa kwamba kwa njia ya professional way, na tuko tayari kushirikiana na EACC kuhakikisha kwamba wale watapatikana makosa haya lazima wafungwe. Na sababu moja kwa nini polisi inaongoza na inasaidia hata wizara kuongoza ni kwa sababu tuko sehemu zote za Kenya. Ukikutanisha ngao officers na polisi wametabakaa kwa nchi nzima, na pia polisi hawajipatii hongo, wanapewa. So wanapokea, hata kama wanaitisha ama wanafanya nini haijalishi, ni kwamba lazima kuna mtu anawapatia. Kwa hivyo ni community, lazima tufikirie jinsi ambavyo tutapambana wote kwa umoja na mambo ya ufisadi. Tusiachie tu kwamba maafisa wa serikali ndio wao. Kwa mfano, wakati tunafanya recruitment, tunajua kwamba kuna watu wanakuja kununua positions na community wanajua, na wanajua hata ni pesa ngapi, lakini bado hawachukui ile hatua ya kuripoti ama kukashifu wale ambao wanaendesha njama kama hizo, kwa sababu hatuhitaji watu wanunue kazi. Tunataka maafisa wa polisi ambao tangu wachakuliwe ni wale ambao wako na nidhamu. Asante sana. Ya mwisho? Yes. Yes. Yes, mine.
There's some administrative units.
Yeah.
This county which have remained not.
I think first of all, there should be no excuse for any criminal activity. You can't say that you are committing sexual offenses because you don't have money to marry. You know, you cannot also say that you are collecting bribes because your salary is little, because you got the job when you knew that your salary is kidogo. So to start with, there is no excuse for any impropriety, any criminal activities. It is, young people, crisis of young people is not just Kenyan, it's global. And of course it's pushing crime, because there are some people who end up going to crime by virtue of to resolve the problem. But it should not be an excuse. We cannot allow that to be an excuse. However, government must always do its part, and I agree. We promised that the digital hubs and digital centers, a number of the constituencies have already constructed. Maybe during the Jukwa, that will be a very good point. I will give one of the officers to be able to expound even further how many digital centers have we been able to build, and how many have we equipped, and what else can we do to convert the knowledge that these people have. Instead of scamming, it becomes and I think that is an issue that we are on the numbers. I'm willing to get the facts so that I can share during the forum today. You had another question?
Administrative units.
Yes, administrative units. Yeah, I will answer in the forum. Part of the reason why across the country administrative units were gazetted 2016, 2017, and they are still pending up to now is a budgetary allocation. You will see, even in this meeting, that there are some chiefs who were hired 2 years ago, and they are yet to get salary because of the budget allocation. The more you subdivide allocation, the more money you need to run the location, the new locations. You need AIE, you need an office, you need a chief. So some of them have been delayed, and in some cases, it is lack of budget. We have some little amount of money that we got for this financial year. We will try to operationalize on fast in, fast out approach, so that we able to sort out that issue. The details will be shared during the Jukwaa la Usalama, but we have 5 divisions. I think about 25 locations, right?
Yes, sir.
I think
54 sub-locations.
And 54 sub-locations. So these are very few. There are 8 divisions actually. They are very few compared to the other sub counties. But we will do pro rata. We'll try to pick which is the most needy, where do we have higher population, security challenges. Then we operationalize as we progress, and some will be operationalized from next week, based on our discussion today kwa Jukwaa la Usalama. Yeah.
My name is Rahama.
I see you. This is your book, eh?
Yeah.
So you have to tell us about your book during Jukwaa. You have to say something.
Now can you reach out to young people? Using new digital media. So somebody mentioned doing so there is about what? Okay.
This is your own personal story. Okay. Are you?
Noton chitab Kalenjin go tugetab sirindenyo Festus Rono kong'ete county nebo Bomet koibwech logoiwek kotinygei ak rutoito nebo cabinet secretary nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen komito county nebo Bomet eng tetutet nebo Jukwaa la Usalama. Ketesetai ngebe nguni agoi county nebo Kericho ole kakomong'ugei MCs chebo county assembly nebo Kericho ako nerekchi ng'alaletab governor nebo Kericho Dr. Eric Mutai nekomwa kole alak en MCAs ko contractors chemoche keisto Governor Mutai en oret noton nebo impeachment kosubkei ak lipanet nemanyoru eng nekamwa kole matere icheket logoiwek chemobo iman amoisto Governor Mutai. Eng kasarata kokatestai kokimit Governor Mutai kole kakoito tetutik chebo kebut county assembly anan county nebo Kericho ole mawekse let kokatestai impeachment ana komatestai. Genyorun sirinyo Robert Siele.
Kondochin Deputy Speaker en County Assembly nebo Kericho Cheruiyot Bet ne MCA nebo Ainamoi komwa MCA ichoton kole mayoni ng'alalet kobun Governor nebo Kericho Dr. Eric Mutai netokyingei koter icheket koisto inendet en boisiet.
Amut akose Governor nekatanyo kowolchin kipsigisiekab Kericho kole kiban 85 million. Konyone akoibu propaganda en yon akolene lein MCS chu kimiten committee ko contractor ko ta ko tinya inamwe ko lewon ne chaba inamwe ko chiriot ak speaker just because speaker a deputy ne nyinet en county assembly kikimya bana 2 months inamwe yo in kebendi sipitali noton akole biik aba inamwe in the next 1 month ko kakotwo sipitali samajale governor mati ingeti ngalek inde arotek ak pitinet.
Kamwa majority leader en county assembly nebo Kericho neindet kora ko MCA nebo Kamasian Philip Rono kole magat konyor karoret kobun county akobo weketab rabisiek cheite milionisiek 85 kou en walutikab Hado committee.
Kagemwa kele nao gavana it's either two things. Imuchi iweku tongilo komakionin ana komakimbichen. Ako yan kamatokomuch kowek tongilo then it means keonin. Kokokekoshin ako sainen MCAs kole gavana ndasip komukokse kewek million 85 komakiit kasta mut komakitinye ngal kewekyi koba account nekure CRF akewek keboisiechi biik ab Kericho ak rabisiek choto.
Kosubkei ak MCAs choton koboto MCA nebo waditab Kapsoit Paul Chirchir Tarimbo komaingen ole miten ak kit neyoe kotikonikab Governor Mutai.
Kokoin gavanaekab Kenya chito nekikuren political advisor, chito nekikuren economic advisor ak chito nekikuren legal advisor. And they are paid a salary to advise the governor en ngalekab legal, economic ak political. Miono bichu mi ofisi ngung ane advise nige. Ongesochi governor ak kesochi Kericho bikyok sikonyor biikab Kericho money.
Kibe bikyok ko ikole ak kikokichut beek kebekeker kot ko mioni mambet ana mamioni. Lani kongeite mambet akinye komoe konoren mambet kiba tuguk. Kiyam korotwechu tuguchu kabisa kou biskut ele amdo lok 85 million chekikilipan komami kasit.
Kamwa MCAs kole magat koitita county assembly Governor Mutai en kasitab mut wikit nenyone asikoaror otinygei ak weketab boisietab rabisiek ak butetab ng'atutik chekoib komach kosta inendet assembly kobun oretab impeachment.
Mekesomin Your Excellency en kimnotet ak en tekisto nemiten barak ko rib tugukab Kericho. Nyoni reyu en kasitab mut inye clearen the hair kot ko manam line kitokosten iwe senate ibe walu en senate ane bwamache tiagoi biikab Kericho ak missing chebo inamwe wodalenji echege ribe tugukab Kericho lakini bichu komamache chito neribe tugukab Kericho.
Mwaun amune simate ke discipline ne konyo ne gavana yu akoteteange ak kiliekik KIDP ne mwisho kebir kura. Ndangoitu yu en kasitab mut kole ngwonde CRF million 85 komatatinye ngalweshi mi wachungab kasinywan ko kesir wananchi koripchi wananchi tongilo ko yange kesir ni irip tongilo kotinyoru chi nekochor ko watchman kele kachor betiritab karit ako tokomi kwenet yon kowek betiritab karit komaiwendi koti.
En kasaratan katestai kokimit Governor Mutai kole mawekse let en maketab kebut serikalitab county nebo Kericho en nemiten county ole ui.
As it is now, we are in the process of dissolving the county. We have kicked off the signatures. I'm going to be launching it officially. The documents has been done, notification has been given to the county commissioner, and also I have indicated to the head of state on this matter. I want to diverge much beyond there, but the process is on. We are going to launch it, and by Monday, Tuesday, we'll be done because we have assigned people, and residents of Kericho are very happy. They are excited because they are also frustrated by the local members of assembly that they elected. This is going to be a lesson to everybody that we need to uphold the law, we need to work with respect, and we need to allow devolution to thrive. And I'm willing to walk the path that if anything we dissolve this county and it becomes, a benchmark for devolved units, that we need not to mutilate budgets, we need not to blackmail and twist the executive.
Kamwa Dr. Mutai kole kotestai motion nebo impeachment anan komatestai kokakotil ketakike lewenishet.
When you hear people demanding as up to 80 million, that before you move on, we need 80 million. Before we move on, so that we don't impeach you, can you bring us 10 million each per person? Where are you going to get that money? It means that, what will you do to get the money? So to stop the blackmails, we need then to be very firm and decide that we send this county on a suspension. We give the people of Kericho a chance to elect their own leaders. The impeachment notwithstanding, we'll pursue the impeachment as it is. But of my focus now, whatever the outcome of the impeachment, is a situation that we get fresh leadership for this county.
Kongeten county nebo Kericho, loya abimet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert CLA.
Ngewektenge eng kasarta age wei county nebo Bomet ole orori sirindenyo Festus Rono agobo kagimitet netesentai ministry noton nebo cooperatives ole mwoe cabinet secretary nebo cooperatives Wycliffe Oparanya kole tinye serikali tetutik chemiachen chebo kogimit kabatisietab kabek ole kamwa kole kokotou tetutik ak ng'atutik chebendi kotoreti kabatik konyorune kelchin minutik chebo kabek. Kong'oloni en Bomet kasarta nekotuiyo ak kabatikab kabek ole kagimit kole kokochop serikali ng'atutik cheistoi brokers chebo kabek asikobitu konyoru kelchinoik kabatik.
Serikali imeleta reforms katika cooperative movement. Zamani watu walikuwa wanavuna kahawa yao, hata wajadry kahawa, mtu amefika nipe niuzie hiyo kahawa, kwa sababu hujui vile kahawa, process ya kahawa inaendelea. Unauza kilo moja shilingi 20. Wale walikuwa wanaitwa brokers, na yeye anapata hiyo, anasanya, anapeleka kwake, anafanya pulping, anapeleka kwa milling, inakuwa parchment, anapeleka huko Nairobi kwa Nairobi Coffee Exchange, anauza, anampa mamilioni. Na wewe mkulima ambao unalima kahawa unapata shilingi 20. Ndio wakulima wakafifia kupanda kahawa. Ndio serikali ikaja na hii inaitwa cherry fund kusaidia wakulima. So saa hii ukitoa kahawa yako cherry ile nyekundu, ukupeleka details kwa mila na record, tayari unaweza kwenda kwa KPCU, unawasilisha makaratasi yako na hapo utalipwa 40 shillings per kilo. Zamani ilikuwa inachukua miezi 6 wewe kulipwa kama kahawa yako imeuzwa. Saa hii imechukua siku 5 wewe una pesa yako kwa mfuko. Tuna direct settlement system ambao sasa wakulima wanalipwa direct kutoka kwa mazao yao vile kahawa inauzwa. Lengo la serikali ni kuona ya kwamba cooperatives are strengthened, wakulima wako strengthened, wanakuwa trained vizuri, wajue haki yao, wajue vile mambo ya kahawa inaendelea, kwa sababu kama ujui vile mambo inaendelea, tena uchanja, wengine wanaanza kuleta uchanja.
Mapato kamili. Air prices are actually very low, and it is actually a very big worry. Now that we are planting, na tumekubali kabisa kupanda kahawa Bometi, in another 2 to 3 years, we'll be having almost 10 times the population of the coffee trees that we have.
Logoiwek alak ko en oret nebo keker kele kakichul ole kiyoitoi ak keureren ureriosiek choton chebo bahati nasibu anan gambling en emet ko koinde siyet President William Ruto bill noton nebo Gambling Control Bill 2023 koigu ng'atutiet en State House Nairobi. Kosubkei ak Ruto kowendi noto kochule ole kiyoitoi ureriet nito nemwoe kole kikotestai koigu koimutiet neo en emet.
Sheria ya uchezaji wa kamari ama gambling. Nyinyi mnaelewa ya kwamba tumekuwa na tatizo kubwa katika taifa letu la Kenya kwa mchezo huo. Watu wengi wanapoteza mali yao, wengine wanaingia kwa matatizo, mpaka wengine wanapata matatizo ya afya, wengine wanapata depression kwa sababu wameliwa pesa zao. Na nimeambiwa pia wanabodaboda wengi wakati wakingojea wale wateja wako pale kwa gambling wanafanya hiyo. Na saa zingine mtu anafika jioni, ile pesa ambaye alikuwa ametengeneza imezama pale kwa ile maneno. So ndio tumeona ni vizuri tutengeneze sheria ambayo itatusaidia kukabiliana na matatizo ambayo yale yanahusika na mambo ya gaming ama ya gambling katika taifa letu la Kenya, na imekuwa ni historia mzuri ya kwamba wakati tunakamilisha utengenezaji wa hiyo sheria, kwa rais kuweka sahihi yake kwa hiyo sheria, nyinyi mlikuja kushuhudia. The concerns of the leadership and the membership of the border fraternity in Kenya is that that bill before the House undermines their interests, the business interests in the whole country. And they have requested me to petition Parliament, which I hereby do. Not to reconsider the passage of that bill. They have confirmed to me that they are law-abiding citizens. They are legitimate businesses registered under the laws of the Republic of Kenya. They are desirous of being citizens that respect the rule of law, and they submit themselves to the rule of law, and they want to be given a chance to participate in making any legislation that affects their sector.
En county nebo Kericho kamwa cabinet secretary nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen kole tesetai serikalitab emoni kokimiti tetutik chebo ripsetab kalyet en county nebo Kericho, mising ko kirindaetab yautik chebo chorsetab kiagik ak wechetab kalyet en kiwato nebo counties chebo Kericho ak Kisumu, ne mwoe kole kokowolu en kolegit kong'ong'inete chuto kasarta nekorutechi county nebo Kericho en tetutiet nebo jukwaa la usalama.
Kong'alale kasarta nekarutechi county nebo Kericho en tetutiet nenaat kou jukwaa la usalama, komwa cabinet secretary nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen kole tesetai kobitu walet ak kirindaetab yautikab chorsetab kiagik en kiwato nebo Kericho ak Kisumu.
There has been a perennial challenge of cattle theft and livestock theft at the border of Kisumu and Kericho County. This has largely been contained by the security team. We want to thank the members of public for being very supportive, especially along the areas of Nyakach, Sondu, and appreciate the fact that so far that has been contained.
Kosubkei ak Murkomen kotesetai kondo tetutik chekimen chebo ripsetab kalyet en komoswek choton asikeborenchi kalyet ak bandab tai.
I'm happy also that the security team do not just focus on the thieves, but also on the butcheries where these livestock were being slaughtered, and this has helped to contain this problem by going to the source. I'm happy also that it's not just about containing, but about 25 people or so are facing charges which are in various stages. Some are still in confinement because they were unable to raise the bail terms that have been imposed on them.
Kamwa Murkomen kole kaimutik chebo namunetab mbarenik en county nebo Kericho kotokomiten kaimutik kobaten boisien kibagenge ak ministry nebo mbarenik asikelitit noton.
Land claims also in this town related to public land versus community, public land versus multinationals versus community. Those issues continue presenting challenges, and some of which are historical land injustices. The Ministry of Lands is handling them, and I'm happy that, unlike in other places, it has not exploded in Kericho to the extent that it is posing a threat to citizens' safety.
Kamwa CS kole magat boisietab kibagenge en boriet nekitokyin kirindaetab yautikab nyerset en county nebo Kericho asikonyor imanda lagok ak biikab emet.
Defilement cases have been reported here, and whereas our security officers are dealing with it, I want to request the public in Kericho to cooperate, and especially cases where relatives and family members are involved in defilement. We don't want people covering up especially parents. If the father is defiling the daughter, it's important for mothers to come out, and we will put in place witness protection mechanisms.
En kasaratan kocher biikab emet kotestai koboisien kibagenge en tuiyetap kasuldaetab kokoitoetab kibandok ak siretabgei nebo biik asikonyor tetutikab serikali en nyumnyumindo.
We have 22 registration centers for IDs. We want to encourage. We have surpassed our registration target in the last year, but we still have people who need to come out and take their IDs. It's important for them because it is linked with SHA, it's linked with housing issues and many other programs that are going on.
En let kokayai tuyet CS Murkomen ak kirwokik koboto afisaek cheechen chebo ripsetab kalyet, biikab emet ak stakeholders cheterter en tuyet nekiyai en taonitab Kericho nenaat kou Jukwaa la Usalama, ole kakon icheket makutikwak. Kiit nekamwa Murkomen kole bitu walutik kosubkei ak tetutyonoto naat kou Jukwaa la Usalama.
I need to report to the nation that since we started Jukwaa la Usalama, and particularly visiting areas that has had problems with drugs and alcohol, I'm pleased to note that our officers are re-energized to work, and a lot of crackdown has gone on in the last few weeks, and I'm very happy to see police officers working with chiefs and community uprooting cannabis sativa in some areas, dealing with alcohol in some areas, and this is what we wanted.
Ngeten county nebo Kericho, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert Siele.
Kongoi mising sirinenyo Robert Siele. Eng tetutik chebo ker kole katestai somanet en oret nekararan ak tetutik chebo atkai tugul eng sukulisiekab barak chebo emoni ko kainde siyet kayonjinet anan MOU benkit nebo KCB ak sukulisiekab barak 29 chebo emoni. Tetutik nito kowendi komuktechini sukulisiek choton chebo barak konyoru toretet nebo chepkondok kobun benkit nebo KCB.
And that MOU you see there contains all our solutions across the various ecosystems, the various divisions within the bank. All universities are unique. So the MOUs that are being signed are unique to the universities.
We are gathered here not just to witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding, but to affirm a deeper promise to our nation, a promise that through collaboration we will unlock the full potential of our institutions of higher learning, a symbol deeply embedded in the spirit of transformation, the emblem, the lion. It is a symbol of leadership, pride, and legacy. And today, we celebrate the same spirit echoed in our very own bank. In this initiative, the Kenya Commercial Bank Digital Revolution. This initiative prepares our universities to thrive fiercely, wisely, and sustainably. Today, Kenya boasts 82 universities, over 600,000 students enrolled in the 2024-2025 academic year, and in September, we will welcome yet another 180,125 students placed to join our public and private universities through COOPs. This is a sector that stands tall, vibrant, and transformative.
Partnerships such as the one we are unveiling today are central to that vision. By working hand in hand with the institutions that nurture Kenya's future leaders, we are investing not only in higher education, but in the country's long-term socio-economic transformation. Public university enrollments rose by 9.5% in the year 2024, and this is approximately 680,000 students at the lowest. While this growth reflects greater access, it also presents us with serious challenges. We are aware that we have so many challenges under funding and the strain that this is causing in your operation. And we are on the table saying we are lenders. This is where strategic collaboration between financial institutions and universities become critical in order to enhance capacity, improve infrastructure, and sustain educational quality.